Hello guys, welcome back to the Roblox scripting tutorial series. In today's video, we're going to go over data types and variables. Last video, we did go over prints, and now we're going to go over them once again with variables and data types. We're going to combine the two. So the first thing to know is, how do we actually write our variable? Or matter of fact, what even is a variable? Well, let's write it first. So local my variable is equal to whatever. So this could be whatever value. So what a variable is, it's really just a storing of information as some sort of like data. So basically, this variable is equal to whatever this is. And what that means is Roblox is basically saying, okay, when the code runs one by one, when we look at this variable right here, when we initialize and it's gonna look at the initialization, okay, the stores this is the variable name, and then what is it actually equal to? Like, what is the value of this? Well, we can just set it with the equal sign to whatever data type we want. And remember, if you remember from earlier math classes, variables, they're just naming. These are whatever you want it to be. So let's actually get rid of this and let's go over it one more time. So in order to make our first variable, we need to denote by initialization with and our declaration. So we're going to do local. And what local really means, this just means for Roblox to just say, hey, look, this is the script, this is the variable, like where it's stored and what script. It's a whole thing of how the Roblox compiler determines what local is. So we're just saying local for Roblox. This is how they want it. This is the initialization of our variable. So we're gonna say local. Then we're gonna say our variable name. This can be whatever name you want. I'm gonna call it my player name. There we go. And usually when you set your variable names, they're gonna be equal they're gonna be like some sort of reference, or they're gonna be in relation to your data type. Then we're gonna set the variable equal to something. So we're gonna say equal, then we're going to give it one of three different data types. So before we do that, let's just keep this as nothing. So far our variable is nothing. This is nil. And there are three different data types. There's Boolean values, strings, and numbers. A Boolean value is true or false. So let's make a variable local, and what's related to true or false in Roblox is alive. Is somebody alive? And we're gonna set this equal to true. There you go. That's a bool value. And if we set it equal to false, that's also a Boolean value, true or false. So a Boolean value is either true or false. Another value that we have are strings. So we can say my name, and actually we can just put it right here next to the player name instead. My player name is equal to Nova. Boom. This is a string value. A string value is annotated with these quotation marks. And basically what a string value is it's a container for a collection of words or characters. So it can be one character, it can be multiple characters like this to make sentences. It can be spaced out as well. So I'm a sentence. So yeah, strings that are usually for in the context of naming different things, really, like weapon names and player names. So I'm gonna say Nova is my player name. Then we also have numbers as well. So my number is equal to 12. And we can say local my number is equal to 12.5. Numbers in this language, in other languages, numbers are specified between like decimals and like long decimals. Here in Roblox, numbers can be what they can be decimals, they can be fractions. I can literally do division right now, and this is the number. This will be 2. So yeah, there's no like special different like types for that. The number data type, they're all in one. It can be decimals, integers, whole numbers, rationals, whatever. But yeah, so yeah, I hope that made sense to you guys. So just a quick overview. There are 3 different data types in Roblox Studio. We have numbers, strings, and Boolean values. Now, if we set a value or a variable to nothing at all, so I'm going to say my nothing, and I set this equal to nil. This is the same as saying this. A nil value or null value means literally nothing. It's empty. There is nothing in there. This value is equal to nothing. So let's say we try to actually print out my nothing. Well, there's nothing stored in there. So it's just going to print out nil. And that's actually not even a value. The value is nil, but nil is literally nothing. So that's the same as saying this. I set it to nothing, it'll automatically be nil. And look at that, I even got an error. Does it even know what I want? So let's just actually type check this. Let's say this is no. But yeah, can you assume what's gonna come out if we print out is alive? It won't print out the name is alive, but it would rather print out the value of it. Remember, these are variables, and these can be named whatever you want. I usually name mine in the context of what I want my value to be. And look at that, true. So now, let's actually combine these print statements together. So let's say print is alive, or no, actually, my player name. So it's gonna print out Nova, and then you can put a comma, and then you can basically annotate or concatenate two different things together with this comma. So Nova, and then actually let's say this actually is alive. Then I'm gonna put this space it out, and then I'm gonna say is alive. So this is gonna say Nova, then it's gonna be the string right here is alive. Then it's gonna say whether or not it's alive or not, and this is gonna be true or false. So let's see how this comes out. Nova is alive, true. There you go. So that's really about it. Just another overview. Strings are multiple characters or sentences. Numbers can be floats, decimals, integers, whole numbers. Boolean values are true or false, and we have nil values, which is nothing. Another thing that is key with variables is the actual naming different con- like here's what I mean. So the actual naming different there's big three of naming. There's camel case, so you can say I am a variable, and this is with underscores. This is just preference, by the way. You can do is alive is true. So the next word is is gonna be capital each word in this big variable because you can't space them out. If you try spacing out a variable, it doesn't work. It only works with strings. And then there's also just nothing. Like you can say my player name, or you can say the first name, whatever. Yeah, you can do underscores, capitalization. There's a lot you can do really. But yeah, that's really about it for data types and variables. Strings, bools, numbers, and these variables are gonna hold the data, and we can just store them for later and use them whenever we want. So yeah, that's really about it.